Hello there, people. What's up? I got robbed tonight. How are you doing? Angus, what's up?
Oh, I thought you were talking to the chat. Whoops.
Oh, well, I was, but nobody's in there right now. So at the moment, talking to you, but I am, doing a little update for people in the chat. Just I'm doing all right. Just doing a normal night at Subway, and then got kind of robbed there. So at gunpoint, that was the first experience there. Interesting.
Yeah, from what I understand, you were working and these two guys in MAGA hats came in. They said, that's that gay F slur, N-word slur from
Oh my
Empire. And they poured bleach on you and threw on you and took your money.
You got me.
And they said, this is MAGA country.
Oh yeah, totally. Which, I didn't even think about that, and I work at Subway, so that's even funnier.
Oh man, you should have made
That's
the
even
thumbnail
funnier.
with the two Nigerian guys in MAGA hats. Like, I was robbed.
That would be funny, but yeah, I guess I'm waiting for more people to roll in to hear about some of that with this. But yeah, that's actually funny. With that. Yeah, I am doing good. Don't know if anybody else has been robbed before, but yeah, it's all good. We got a runner in the chat. What's up, Broski? He says, glad you're all right, man. Yeah, I'm doing all right. The gun didn't sound real when he fired it, so I was like, it could be fake, but I don't know. I wasn't quite sure. What's up, Trap? What's up, Trap? Yeah, you're not on Twitter, so you probably didn't see. Yeah, I got robbed at gunpoint at Subway earlier, but doing okay now with all that. I'll probably do like a full rundown of the events of the story when a few more people get in if they want to hear that. So I'm not repeating it too much as everybody walks in, but just gonna go live for a little bit. I feel like chatting. I don't feel like just sitting around not doing anything. So yeah. So what's up?
Oh, I was just waiting for this game to download from Game Pass, and I just haven't checked Twitter. And it's like scroll, bullshit. And I'm like, oh, rookie. And he's like, I'm at home. I'm like, what? You just went to work.
Yeah, you and I were just
like,
talking.
damn.
Like you and I were just talking a couple hours ago before I went to work, and just like a normal day and everything. And then it's like, yeah, just had that happen. You're probably like, what?
Yeah, no, at first, but you're like, oh, okay. So I'm like, all right, so that's all good. So let me make a joke because everyone's going to say the same shit to you. It's like the thoughts and prayers kind of, mass statement that everyone puts out. So like, let me just flip the table, and I know you'll appreciate it, even if other people get triggered, they see it because of we
Yeah,
know each
you're
other's
saying it
humor.
was like, sorry, that was some wrong schedule or something. Should have been somewhere else. And it was like, that's the humor that I need sometimes with that. But yeah, I appreciate everybody checking up on me with that. Even my old coworker that hasn't worked for me and worked with me in a while, but she lives in the neighborhood, was like, "Are you dead?" I'm like, no, not yet. So I'm still good with that. And oh yeah, it's just like it's one thing when you hear about the robberies and everything and all that stuff going on, and especially over the last couple of years with all the riots and everything. But yeah, it kind of sucks to be on their receiving end. That's for damn sure. It was quick and whatnot. It wasn't like they were destroying stuff, so it wasn't as severe as it could have been, possibly. But it was all right. You ever been robbed, Angus? You're black.
Oh, whoa. Well, if you're going that route, I would infer I have robbed, but no, neither way.
Oh, right.
Either way, yeah. Just never felt the hankering to rob. And the one time I thought I might have been robbed when I worked at a gas station, my first job, I told you about just a minute ago. Like, it was ended up being some dumbass friend of a coworker. He came back in. I didn't recognize him, and he's wearing like a hood or something over his face, and he's pretending he had a gun. He's probably like, "Give me all the money." And I was just like, "No." And he's like, "What?" And I'm like, "No." And then it just kind of deflated the whole thing for him. And he's like, "It's just me." And I'm like, looking back, it's like, man, I could have really got the guy in trouble because it's like we have working cameras.
Yeah,
We're right
it's
next
not
door to a
fun.
casino.
Yeah. But like that's kind of what's interesting because like I guess I'll walk it through. So it's like it's a normal night, just chilling, doing my shift. I had a coworker with me for a little bit. He was only there for like another hour or so, and usually I prefer working alone. Honestly, it's just what I'm used to for the most part. And these two guys come in, and one's a tall white dude, the other one's a short dude, and they just walk up to the counter. And I've worked at Subway for like 5 years. I haven't had anything super crazy happen, so I'm just like, oh hey, whatever. What can I get you guys? How can I help you? And they're like, this is robbery. They like say it kind of quiet. I'm just like, okay, whatever. No, what can I get you though? They're like, you think we're fucking playing, nigga? And takes the gun out of the smaller guy's hand, fires it at the ceiling, and points it at me. And it was like, oh, so you're a little for real, okay? So I gave him the money and they ran off. But yeah, the gun did not sound like I thought it would. I thought it'd be louder or something. So I wasn't even sure if it was a real gun. But after they left, my coworker looked at the ceiling. He was like, yeah, that was a real gun, dude. That's a bullet in the ceiling. I'm like, oh shit. Like in the moment, I didn't feel like my life was threatened that much. It was until after they left and all that. I was like, oh, I literally was just robbed at gunpoint with that. And that was a real gun that he fired at the ceiling right there to show they're fucking for real. But like when he said, you think we're playing or you think we're joking? I was like, in my head, as he pointed at me, in my head, I was still thinking, kinda. Like, I don't know. Like, I think it's lame to rob a Subway. Like that's all I was going through my head because it's like less than $200. Like in my head, I'm like, is that worth all that? And like, really? It just doesn't seem like it's worth it at all to make the attempt. But apparently, it was for them. And I don't know. The smaller one seemed more nervous. The older one seemed, just like, oh, we got to do this really quick, and oh, we already have it out, and whatever. Oh, just quick, and fired it at the air. And I was like, oh, okay, that's not good. But yeah, I'm good. I am good. Composed myself, about a minute later, called the cops and told them everything. They responded very quickly, which was, surprising. Within like 2 minutes. It's crazy. I'm coughing. Let's talk for a sec.
How's it going, Wookie? Trap. WizGiz Entertainment. Glad to see y'all in here supporting my buddy in his time of need. I don't know how to ad lib like I'm trying to think of like playing this up like CNN, like evil white maggots they attacked Rookie. Oh god, quit coughing already, Rookie. Yeah, how's it going, Soul Assassin? Yeah, Rookie seems to be doing a-okay. And yeah, I saw it on Twitter and I just like hurry up and called him. And it's like, all right, he's good. So now it's joke around. And yeah, it's good he's doing the stream though. That way he doesn't have to like reply to every freaking thing on Twitter. Besides like a like or something. Yeah, it was crazy. I mean, Ricky
I'll be right back in a sec. Just 1 sec. Sorry, I was just coughing a little bit, and then it seemed to cut out there real quick. So, let's see. So, Kami in the chat says, "Is it the paper? Sounds like a Rookie Smollett-ish." Well, that's what's kind of funny. Angus just brought that joke up a minute ago, which is hilarious, honestly, especially since I work at Subway, which makes that a little more funky there. But yeah, I'm doing okay. Just 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. So yeah, Angus brought up a little bit ago. He was like, was the assailants two guys and two Nigerians and a MAGA hat yelling, get out of our country and whatever. And that was pretty funny. And he didn't even realize that I work at Subway when he said the joke. He knows I work at Subway, but it's funnier because that whole smell it thing happened at a Subway, which was funny. But hold on. Yeah, Angus's internet is kind of shitty right now. So that just happened there. And so he cut out there for a sec. And Trap says, this is Subway country. Yeah, pretty much. Tommy says, don't robbers know? It's basically a cashless society and most use debit cards. How much do they get at the register? 400. That's actually, they got less than that. Kami, they got like maybe 200 tops. Like they did not get that much money out of the register, which is, it just seems kind of sad. It's like, okay, so you're going to do the robbery, you're going to risk it, you're going to fire the gun and everything, and then you only get around $200 in exchange. Like that's doesn't seem like it's really worth it to me. That's why when it happened, I felt like it was kind of a joke. I was like, are y'all being for real? Like it didn't seem like it was really a thing going down. I was like, okay, that's okay, you guys really want the money out of here. And in my head, I actually had a joke prepared if I ever got robbed at gunpoint before, which I didn't use. But while I was giving them the cash, they were like, at first, they were like, give us everything in the register, all that. And then one of them said, yeah, but you can keep the coins though. And in my head, I chuckled because I'm like, man, I was going to ask, do you guys want the pennies and nickels too? Like as kind of a joke, but serious ish. But it's just like, okay. Do you know if they tried around others in town? I have no idea. I'll see in the next couple days what they tell me, if they've heard of them before or anything. It seemed like it wasn't really uh like, I mean, for all I know, they could have just been trying to get drugs or something, drug money. I have no idea. The taller one seemed like he was a little more serious. The shorter one seemed more nervous. So I'm not quite sure with any of that, but it's all right. And Trap says, yeah, oh my God. LOL. Yeah, it's a little insane with that. Until Angus's internet comes back in, I am cool if some of y'all want to join me on here. I just feel like kind of chatting. I don't really want to sit around and just do nothing. So y'all feel free to pop on in here if you would like. Just kind of feel like chatting a little bit and not sitting around doing nothing. I've been talking to a lot of people in my neighborhood about it because there's sirens going all over the place. I was like, okay, yeah, I know. I'm the source over here with that. And it's just crazy. But Keely Chow is joining up. Says, "Hey everybody, what's going on?" Oh man, I'll tell you the story again in a minute. With that, I'm just gonna see if anybody else wants to come in for a sec to bounce back and forth. Kai's in the chat. Says, "Glad you're okay, man. Appreciate that, Kai. Appreciate everybody that was checking up on me, saying thanks. Because yeah, it's something that I still didn't even think about. Like I don't even know if I finished processing the whole thing because I haven't like broken down or anything. I haven't like broken. I haven't been broken up about it at all since that happened. I'm just like, okay, that happened. That sucked. I was a little shaky after the gun went off because I never heard it fired like that, and then just like in my face, and the gun sounded fake at first. It sounded kind of like a poppy thing, like a firework, but no, it was a real gun. There was a real bullet in the ceiling, and there might have been another piece on another point of the ceiling, but I'm not sure yet. They'll probably have those details later. But it was just like, oh man, like that could have actually, I could have been shot. If they're crazy enough, because when the littler one had the gun first, and then the taller one yanked it out of his hands because the younger one but like they didn't seem intimidating at all to me. I didn't think they were for real. I thought they were just screwing around. And the taller one yanked it out of his hand and then did that. But if they mishandled the gun, could have accidentally shot me for all I know. And I don't know what happened right there. I've got kind of a fat belly, so I don't know if that's good or worse in this type of scenario. You guys tell me. With that, let me see. Soul Assassins here says shorter one sounded like a first-time robber and wanted to break his robber cherry. Yeah, probably. Most likely. It's hard to tell. It's like I live near Portland. Like I'm not in Portland, but I'm kind of across the river from that, and so our area has always been pretty nice and chill. Like it hasn't been that crazy. Everything that's been crazy has been kept in Portland or around that area, Seattle, other places. Our area specifically has been mostly chill. The worst thing that might happen is some idiot gets in a car accident and maybe there's a robbery here or there, but it's nothing common that happens. Some car parts might get stolen here or there. It's nothing that common that happens all the time. But lately, over the last couple of years, there's been more homeless people around here. There's been more violence type of stuff, more robberies. It's just like, fuck, really? Like, I kind of thought this area would be one of the more safer places to be around, but not when people across the river keep on pouring over. But I don't know. We'll see. I haven't moved from my location before, and I don't know where else would be better, really. I kind of feel like I'm out of all the places in America, I'm in a decent place, but not as much after tonight. I don't know. It's very different when you experience it in person. Like I've always imagined what I would do in a situation with being at gunpoint, but it's really hard to tell until you're in that position. Like I was as soon as the gun went off and he pointed it at me, my vision of my line of sight went right to the register to open the drawer to give them the cash, and that's it. And then they make sure they leave the door and make sure they're out the door, and then I took like a minute or two to kind of compose myself and then call the cops and give all the details that I can. And they responded within like 2 minutes. Like while I was still on the phone giving the information, I saw the cops pull up to come and check up on us. And there's a lot of cops around and doing the investigation. They were glad that me and my coworker were not broken down about it, because apparently a lot of people are not useful when after a robbery. Like after a robbery, a lot of people are very shaken and don't give any useful information to the cops. And it's like, oh my God, that kind of sucks. So they were glad that I was, able to keep a cool enough head, which I'm kind of glad for that too. Like, in my head, I'm, a little I'm more worried about this type of thing happening again. Not that it just happened. Like, that's not what I'm worried about. It's like, I don't want that to happen again in the future now. I've never I think I fired a gun like twice in my life years ago. Myself, I usually, walk around. I don't have a vehicle myself. So it's like, I don't know. I think about how I do my life now and how unsecure that I would do things. And as far as customers in the door, like I've worked at Subway for over 5 years essentially and never really had problems. I was robbed once before, but it was more like 10 people come in, grab things off the shelves and leave in like 30 seconds. Like no, they didn't even look at me type of a thing. I've had that happen once. And that was the only time I was like robbed at a store. So having this at gunpoint, it's a little different. Let's see. Happy Dinosaurs checking on me. Yeah, dude, I'm good. I am good. I'm doing a lot better than I probably think I should be. I should probably be freaking out, but I don't know. I don't feel like sitting down and not doing anything. So that's why I'm chatting with you guys, and I appreciate you guys coming in to chat as well. Soul Assassin says shorter one sounded like first time robber. Yep. Coming off of the shock. Yeah, like there's some initial worry that I had. It was only after they left where I was like kind of feeling it a little, like I just got fucking robbed. Like it didn't hit me in the moment at all, like at all. 22. Yeah, their ages could have been. That's the thing. Like when people ask what age somebody was that just robbed you, honestly, that was not the first things in my mind. So when I'm trying to recall back, I'm like, the shorter one could have been 16 at minimum, I think, 16 to 20s. The taller one could have been anywhere from like mid 20s to low 30s. I have no idea. It's crazy. Okay, it's checking my phone real quick. Some people are checking up on me as well from neighborhood and everything. Happy Dinosaur says, will insurance pay for your damages? Well, I don't know. I don't know how that works necessarily, like because I'm not I do feel like I do need to make a few things clear at my store, because there's some things that aren't exactly set in place there that should be. But I'm not going to talk about them here. But I mean, there are some things that I need to talk about for sure with them. I don't know about insurances. I haven't thought about that, so I'll have to look into that maybe. But Heavy Dinosaur says, in my neighborhood, our biggest problems are deer and their assholes, plus the old granny crashing her car in my window. Oh my gosh. Like in the window of your house or of your car? Like her car into your car or her car into your house? That'd be crazy. Kami says, were they on foot or vehicle? I think it was on vehicle. Like when they went in, they just like rushed out toward the main street, and like I didn't see, there's no window where I could see where else they went from right there, and I didn't like go to look after them, honestly. So they just, they could have gotten away off in a car if somebody was parked outside there, for all I know. But I don't know. Angulus has returned.
Sorry about that.
Fun internet, huh? Yeah, that's all good.
Yeah, I don't know. Computer's working fine. It was just the internet dropped, but I've been having problems with my internet.
Yeah, I can tell because I couldn't hear a word you just said. It went.
So
Heard you say I had problems with my internet, and then it went all robot-y. Trap says, really? Are you the manager? What was that? Speak words.
Oh no, it's gonna go slow, isn't it?
Maybe. I hear you now. Do you hear me? Oh yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Still off by a bit. Tramp says, Rookie, are you the manager of your Subway, or do you report to someone? I am not the manager. I was offered that role a long time ago, but I just didn't want to have all the responsibility because I don't have a car myself. So like I can't just like rush into, especially if there's a thing like this tonight, I can't rush to the store to deal with it. But yeah, I had my manager drive in after that. Kai says, as an employee, there's nothing you can do, or they can sue you and your employer if you can believe it. Well, it's like, yeah, but like, it's not their fault that we got robbed. It's just there's some things in place that should be there for if we get robbed again, essentially. Yeah, Angus is just going to have to sit out this one because his internet's just being really, really ridiculous. Kami says, was it just tonight? I was thinking days ago. Oh, yeah, it was just tonight, as far as I could tell. Yeah, my coworker thinks that somebody called about a week ago that asked about our safe or something, but I don't think they got answers that they wanted to hear. So, he thinks it could have been connected to this, which it might have been, but I'm not as convinced because we get a lot of stupid phone calls all the time. But hey, who knows? The first time for everything, I guess. Could have been. Kawhi says, Angus, Rookie said you beat me to the Smollett joke. Yep. When I like right before we went on the stream here, I just tossed him a link to see if he can come in, and he was mentioning the Smollett thing. He was like, "Well, were the perpetrators the two Nigerians?" And that's the comedy that I love. Honestly, even with the thing like this, it's still funny. Some of that. What's up, Ancient One? I'm doing all right. Long time no see as well. Yeah, I'm doing all good. Kai says, I mean, if your store gets robbed, you can't defend yourself legally. But yeah, that's true. Like, I mean, I feel like there's nothing that I could do anyway with it. Like, it's not worth trying to fight over it. Like, if you're being robbed, it's like, okay, just take the money. Like, yeah, I don't want anything to do with whatever you're trying to do here. Just take the money and go. And that's it. So, not much else to do with that, I suppose. But yeah, let's see. Kami says, I wouldn't have joked about it if I knew it was tonight. I thought it was a past story. Now, it literally happened a couple of hours ago. Like, it's like 10 o'clock my time right now. It's happened like, less than 4 hours ago. I talked to the cops and everything, talked to my family, talked to a bunch of other people around the neighborhood and all that. And then I thought I'd, tweet it out, just have people know it happened and I'm all good. And everything, but yeah, I mean that's the main. I feel like I've pretty much told the main story with all of that so far, and that I am doing good, doing just fine. Yeah, appreciate y'all coming by to check up on me with that. But yeah, any more questions on that? I suppose. Like, yeah, yeah. I don't feel like sitting still, so I'm probably gonna get up and walk around a little bit, just chill, because I just don't feel like sitting still quite yet. But let's see. Ancient One says he founded his idea in his garage and was conceived in his bedroom. Check out Wise Guys. What? Yeah, check out Wise Guys. But that's funny. Trap says, I'm glad you're all right, rookie. I hate to see this happen to you, and I hope that there's better measures taken so your store doesn't get robbed again. Yeah, I think one of the main things that we'll be trying to do is have more than one person close at a time. I feel like often when there's more than one employee in the store, then they'll be more likely to not try to mess with your store. But like my location is also pretty close to the main street. Like it's like one of the first businesses in the plaza. Like the one that's next to us, that's closest to the main street, was closed. They closed a little earlier. They're more like a breakfast shop, and they were closed earlier. So we were the one on the end, right closest to the main road. So, like, my guess is that that's why we were kind of the target there, because it was an easier pick and less chance of getting, caught and everything. HO1 says, "Oh wow, Subway got robbed." Yeah, yeah, to say the least. That's what happened. But yeah, everything's all good. I am okay and everything. Just talking and chilling here. I'm gonna send a link out to a few people if they want to come in and chat. You know, but if not, that's all good. I might end the stream in a few. I'm just here to chat and talk for a little bit. That is all. But yeah, so how are you guys doing tonight? Other than that, I don't know if anybody new has come in the last few minutes here with that, but yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Yeah, I'll probably just end the stream now, and if somebody feels like chatting in a bit, then I might, just go live again to have a conversation. But if not, then yeah, I'll probably just do another Twitter update tomorrow or something, or a community post on the YouTube channel here so people see it as well. And yeah, I will see you guys later. Thanks for coming by. Appreciate the support and everything. Have a good one.